Have you ever wondered why some people laugh uncontrollably? In a village far away, the laughter of one woman brought chaos and destruction, but no one knew her laughter held a secret until it was too late. Before we dive into this mysterious tale, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss more incredible African folk tales. In the small village of Irua, there lived a widow named Maku. From sunrise to sunset, she could be heard laughing, sometimes quietly to herself, other times in loud bursts that echoed through the streets. Children would point at her and laugh along, while the adults shook their heads, muttering, "There she goes again, the village crazy lady." They didn't bother with her much. After all, how could anyone take seriously a woman who laughed at the wind and chuckled at nothing? But Maku wasn't always like this. Months ago, she had been a vibrant woman, known for her wisdom and kindness. She had once been the village's most skilled herbalist, her remedies sought after by all. Her home had been filled with people seeking her advice, her hands always busy healing. She cured the sick, delivered babies, and healed wounds using nature's gifts. Yet, everything changed when her only daughter, Maraka, fell gravely ill. No herb, no potion, no prayer could save Maraka. Day after day, Maku tried everything she knew, but the illness consumed her daughter like a slow, burning fire. The villagers whispered that Maku had lost her touch, that the spirits had abandoned her. But there was one herb no one dared to touch, a sacred plant hidden deep in the forest, forbidden for human use. It was said that anyone who used the herb would bring a curse upon themselves and the entire village. The curse would last for 2 long years, and its consequences would be unbearable. As Maku watched her daughter grow weaker by the day, she knew she had no choice. She couldn't sit back and watch her only child, her hope, slip away. So, with a heavy heart, she ventured into the forest and gathered the forbidden herb. That night, she prepared the medicine and gave it to Maraka. By morning, the girl was healed, her strength returning as if the illness had never touched her. Maku was relieved, but knew the price she had to pay. The very next morning, the curse took hold. Maku began to laugh uncontrollably. At first, the villagers thought nothing of it, but soon the laughter became louder, stranger. She laughed when there was nothing funny, laughed while doing chores, laughed even while crying. Her daughter, Maraka, was heartbroken, watching her mother lose herself day by day. Maku would sometimes run to the village square, laughing so loudly that it echoed throughout the entire village, terrifying everyone who heard it. Months passed, and Maku's laughter never stopped. The villagers grew uneasy. They whispered behind her back, calling her the village crazy lady. The village elders debated for hours about what to do with Maku. Her laughter echoed through the streets day and night, haunting everyone's dreams. Children hid behind their mothers when she passed, and the men began whispering that her madness was cursed. They complained to the king, insisting that something had to be done. It didn't take long before the decision was made to lock her up. And so, the king ordered Maku to be locked up, thinking it would restore peace to the village. But what the village didn't realize was that Maku's curse was not meant to confine her. She was supposed to roam the village freely, letting the madness run its course. The laughter, though strange, was her way of releasing the curse bit by bit. Locking her up was the worst thing they could have done. Maku was already 1 year into her punishment, with only 1 year left to go, but she didn't remember anything, not even her own daughter. The curse had taken over her mind. She had accepted her fate, thinking that after 2 years, everything would return to normal. But she didn't realize the curse was bigger than her, and the laughter that filled the village was a sign of the terrible things to come. The day Maku was taken away, strange things began to happen. Her laughter, once wild and unpredictable, became sharp and piercing. The villagers shuddered as her voice rang out from behind the walls of her confinement, louder than before. It echoed throughout the village, bouncing off the walls, filling every corner with a sound that seemed unnatural. People started falling ill with strange fevers and diseases. Children woke up with mysterious rashes that no herb could cure. The village stream, once crystal clear, began to dry up. The crops withered under the scorching sun, and the skies refused to send rain. The village was dying and no one knew why. The more Marku was kept in her tiny prison, the worse the village's misfortunes grew. Her laughter, trapped inside the walls, became a poison that seeped into the land. The elders had thought they were protecting the village by locking her away, but in truth, they had unleashed the full force of the curse upon themselves. Had they let her roam freely, perhaps the village wouldn't have suffered at all. But now Maku's laugh was no longer just the symptom of her madness, it was the cause of their suffering. The king, desperate to save his people, gathered his cabinet members and embarked on a dangerous journey to the evil forest, where the most powerful native doctor lived. They hoped he could explain the misfortunes that had befallen their village. As soon as they arrived at the native doctor's shrine, the old man screamed before they even spoke. "The woman you locked up is the source of your village's tragedy," he said. "She used the forbidden herb to save her daughter's life and accepted the curse. You made a grave mistake," the chief priest said, his voice low but carrying the weight of authority. "Marku was not meant to be confined." The king and the elders exchanged confused glances. The chief priest shook his head slowly. "Her madness was never meant to be stopped by your hands. The laughter was her release, the way the curse was meant to run its course. By locking her up, you have trapped the curse inside her, and now it grows, feeding on your village." "The laughter was a warning, not the curse itself," the chief priest continued. "It was supposed to echo through the village until the 2 years passed. You should have let her roam free as the spirits intended. But now, by confining her, you have caused the curse to turn inward and affect the land, the people, everything." The head elder, his voice trembling, asked, "What can we do now, chief priest? How can we undo this?" Shocked and frightened, the king begged the native doctor for a solution. The doctor agreed to help, but warned that it wouldn't be easy. They returned to the village, and the native doctor performed a powerful cleansing ritual in the village square. Marku, now thin and weak from her madness, sat in the center of the square, surrounded by villagers. As the ritual began, the ground trembled, and Marku's laughter grew louder and louder. But after hours of chanting and offerings, the curse was finally lifted. Marku's laughter stopped, and she looked around, confused but free. Her daughter, Maraka, rushed forward, embracing her mother tightly. The villagers, who once mocked and feared her, now bowed their heads in shame. From that day on, no one dared to touch the forbidden herb again. It remained a dangerous and untouchable plant, a reminder of the terrible price Marku paid to save her daughter. And the village never forgot the lesson they learned, that sometimes what we see on the surface hides a deeper truth. What looks like madness may be a great sacrifice, a hidden strength. We should not judge others by appearances, for we never know the battles they are fighting. Make sure to subscribe to hear more fascinating African folktales, where each story comes with a powerful lesson. Thank you so much for watching.